And now her panties all wet. Came back around, spin the black with suck out fat. DJ bless one.
I smoke G-Mike with the magic, he my dog, he died in traffic with that brand new Glock 380. Went to see the voodoo lady, I'm on high shit right now. That woo done turned me crazy. With a brand new black Mercedes, it's a stay la vie, my baby. I see so many Z's, it look like double Z's. OMG, red and blue flag hanging on my back, extra swag. 90210, you know I'm from the road. That Rocky roll, I'm motherfucking Lauderdale. With the magic, he my dog. Yeah, I'm on that Adderall, can't you tell? Yeah, I might be on that perk. Send no feelings on my shirt, send no slipping on alert. Smoke roll, puff in the perk. Hit that slide with a cha-cha shirt. I hit playing, you might get murdered. They done shot so many ops and even fed no more. Sing along. We on 95. I done see my days go by, still ain't home alibi. Hoping, wish them days stay high. Baba cool, I'm on that sippin', starting thirsty. I smoke G-Mike with the magic, he my dog, he died in traffic with that brand new Glock 380. Went to see the voodoo lady, I'm on high shit right now. That woo done turned me crazy. With a brand new black Mercedes, it's the stay la vie, my baby. I see so many Z's, it look like double Z's. OMG, red and blue flag hanging on my back, extra swag. 90210, you know I'm from the roads. Rock and roll, I'm motherfucking Lauderdale. With the same 3 for sale, yeah, I'm on that Adderall. Can't you tell? Yeah, I might be.
I had to tell you about the world trade with different centers. It was never 9/11 until the eclipse. And the eclipse of the hieroglyphics was seeing genetic coding. Had to understand this wasn't made with no Coley. This was a king copper, no copper with no gold. Black strong, moving, understand. Tell we king, call and get along. No, we can't sing no song. This ain't no follow for the sorrows of the days. Different days, I had to understand this is a pain. Different chapters of my life get rearranged. You had to understand you have the eclipses of the different days. Time glitch and the time path and the time warp. Could you understand this thing never went slow and dark? This is a door from a dark stars and a blowing up. See me like it's fading apes and apes and the apes. Great apes and seeing me all smiles in my face and faces can't get erasures, just the elapses, no relapsing. Niggas asking me like what's happening. I'm trying to grow a better time, just baby. I wanna rap in a different pattern until you catch this. If you can't go past goals, if you rapture. Moving like this a lapture, then I relapse and I'm still relapsing up fast. And no past pretenders. Moving over here like this still a chicken dinner. You can catch a light tello. Could you ask her? I'm still up in that cello. Mind my own dwelling. Moving over here to the ceiling fan where I fell in. I'm actually my deeper inner feelings. I asked God what about the convicts to the felons. She asked about me, but I see her. Moving like I see right through her. Her dart is like Noah's Ark. It fell apart through the winter, then the dark trail. Sunny days I can't come over, okay? This is for all my blessed ones and my melons. Said rebellions, I still catch it like the different jewelings. Moving like the Jews, not spitting like no feathers. There's a crime with the patterns, and I own that track. Adopt that track, I done fathered this track. Beat the track just like that. Nigga, I am your son and father. And the Holy Trinity, you can cross that. No Catholic preacher, but just a living like I got you. Holy Ghost, niggas do the most, and I can tell you. No reachers and no raptures, but you can catch them like Jeepers Creepers. And I come back just like the Reaper. Take your lights out, nigga, lost souls with the lost ones. Could you catch two? Now, nigga, this is a mathematics of a problem you can't solve with a mathematician. Niggas came back like hallelujah didn't exist. This shit is too unreal just to deal with the sequence of a dream of Anubis. And I've seen all black like what is happening, prematurely. Are you relapsing? Are you going back to the dark days of the stone ages? You know when man said hi, he hit her upside the head and pulled her by the hair. Now you're my concubine, you know what it is in my spine's a well. She's submissive to what is Eve. Now it's Eve and Steve, like he and she and she. Who are you and I till I multiply till we do or die? I intertwine with intervisions. I am no submission, no sub-bowl, so a suplex and a subtext. You understand what this is? I'm in raw. Clips with Egyptians in the past. I'm still screaming like I'm free at last. But you can't be free to the dimensions and the mind's gone. Time zones and the time's lost. You can't get to the present past and the present past. You can pass in the pre-lights and the pre-lights, and this is a free lights. A nice strolls and the lights can't come past goals. And the chemtrails moving like you can't even tell, like can you catch that? I told you apparatus moving acrobatics, like it's acrobatical. violence, competitive violence. Cause you over here like perpetuating, like you free the violence. Cause you even he's sparking. This is just an engine, the elixir, the portions and the potions, and I catch you. This is the who, like I'm so sick, like I chew. This is sick with the woo, hit the voodoo. Could you tell like who? Now what you do, like running through. I tell you about the sickle cells and these makes of no irons moving like no irons. And I got you like it's like you still the pattern lights and the pattern areas. And I came back like, and I came like them better days. I was never afraid. The lights went cold, the dark is cold. The moving over here, pushing over like my shoulder, cold drift. No swift, just catching it like this in the era of a ludicrous. I can catch it, no Chris Dollar. Little mama still holler. Impalas of the lost souls and the goals just to catch it. Now it's still coming through like I can't catch it. And now it's still coming through like I can't catch it. Coming through like I can't catch it. And now it's still coming.
All right, everybody, how all of y'all doing, man? I told you I'ma still, shout out to Dev before this, all this shit. You on CC line today, man. We gotta take some educational purpose head off today. Shout out to everybody up in this piece. Why did I play that music videos? Y'all already seen them and stuff. Why do I got this chain on and the glasses? According to a step and fetch your name, Chris Carter, the Shermhead Chris Carter, double dare you to try to sue me. Bruh, you gloat every moment you get about your coke habit, your bad coke habit. I try to stay cool. I got like 30 videos I gotta do for y'all today, but I said I gotta go live today. I kept my word, and I did the upload, y'all go check it out, but we're gonna break it down properly on live. So Chris Carter, a man of many words, who thought he was the star player on the field and off the field, he got his reality check off the field, bro. The reality check was a reality heard around the world. See, this guy had a mysterious layoff on TV. I'm going to show y'all the interview, what we're going to talk about, but I wanted to break this down first before we get into clips, receipts. I'm talking to you, Chris Carter. The video I just did about you this morning is going viral. I didn't really care if it went viral or not. There's never no pushback against the Mayo puppets, which are really Negrumps who are controlled by the puppeteers. They get thrown out there. When things don't go right with their puppeteer Mayo masters, it's kind of like a condescending tone is spawned upon them. So they go through this bitterness of trying to get back into that society. Chris Carter was knocked out the hustle with no muscle, bruh. He thought he had it all pictured when he was on Fox Sports with Nick Wright, Jenna, and I forgot who was the other person who was just here and there. But Nick Wright came from ESPN, and Nick could never really say what he wanted to say because there was an overbearing shadow that was in the room that everybody hated. It was CC, you guessed it. He would suck the air out the room every episode. He was the know-it-all. I mean, the whole point of a debate show was for people to go back and forth. CC would snap on other people in this show. I'm giving this quick intro before we start the show. So Chris Carter went from being known as one of the greatest hands of football to someone who was just a bitter foe. If you guys don't remember what happened, you know it's effed up because if Chris Carter really gotten screwed over, he talks about everything, his drug use. This guy's proud of everything he's been doing. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but damn, have some type of embarrassment and shame. So what Chris Carter does is he doesn't tell you guys why he's no longer at Fox Sports. I was defending him. I was making a lot of videos. Oh, this ain't right, man. Look how they doing the brother, man. You know, the typical cliche, what we do to defend each other. Just sticking to code, typical. I'm going to keep it real, but I'm still going to ride for Chris Carter. This is when he got fired. And I noticed something that happened to him, bro. It's like he never said, he talks about everything else. He called out Randy Moss. Hell, I'm going to show y'all with video proof how he disrespected Randy Moss before Randy even put a uniform on. When Randy got drafted, he went to the owners behind Randy's back and, oh, man, he let them have it, bro. Y'all really drafted this stud? Basically, he admitted to his mayor counterpart ownership on the plantation that, wait a minute, Randy is kind of better than me, low-key. I seen his Marshall tapes. I seen him over there. He was I'm underrated, but I'm a star receiver. This guy ain't underrated at all. I think he might replace me. So instead of Chris Carter seeing that Minnesota Viking was allowing him to get help, he was getting double and triple team covers like it was basketball in the NBA. So they thought to themselves, we know we love Chris Carter. He's getting up there in age. We're a business, right? So we have to get the future as well. We're not getting rid of you. We're in extension talks with you. We actually love you, Cris Carter. That's what the Mayo ownership was thinking, but this guy let them have it. Cris Carter got in a vindictive mode instantly with Randy Moss. You see how I'm giving you guys the rundown before we get out the receipts and everything? This is how you're supposed to conduct yourself doing a live stream. Shout out to Jet It Out for $1 billion. Said Mike Vick did it to get back with All Lives Matter. Shout out to your donation. Can you expound upon that? Because I want to love what you wrote. I don't really get it, but I think you're in defense of us, but I don't really understand what it's saying. But I'm going to still give you one of these right quick. Hang on again. Wait later so I can give you the thing because I don't have it propped up yet. I just want to go off. You feel me? I just want to go in, but I got you jetted out. I want to go in. So I looked at the situation like I hated CC just because he just seemed this all-knowing guy who'll bring up God at the same time. Hey, Cris Carter, if you don't remember, you used to see me a lot at St. Thomas High School when your son Duran went there. My mom and dad lived behind St. Thomas High School. I got the privilege of watching the greatest football players come through that high school. The Bosa brothers, many other people, Tavares Gooden, we can keep going. Patriots running back, Mr. White, even Jadavion Bernard. We can keep going, right? All the celebrities that y'all see in the NFL went to the high school behind my house, St. Thomas Aquinas. Shout out, I said rest in peace, but I mean retirement was George Smith, the high school coach and athletic director over there. My friends Nate Sally went there. He played for Ohio State and Carolina Panthers. My homeboy Chris Gamble played for Dillard High School, was supposed to go to St. Thomas, but went to Ohio State. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm not just some regular content creator who's just yapping. Yes, I am close to the situation. I know Cris Carter's son. I'm only like a year or two, something like that, older than him. I know Cris Carter's son. I shook this man's hand several times, especially when he was playing for the Miami Dolphins. So let me cook right quick. Shalom to everybody in the building, Grand Rising, whatever we say. I just got to cook before we play these receipts. Just let me do my thing. So you got to remember, I know all these things I can expose Cris Carter about. But once again, I'm a fellow brother who stick the code. Now, I don't just let fellow brothers and sisters do what they want. I call us out too when need be. I hold our people accountable. You guys seen the videos I made. But once again, when it came to Cris Carter, I seen what a certain segment was doing. So I kept to code. I said, I know this man. I know about the allegations they had in Miami of these clavius women of the night. He can get mad at me if he wants to. Oh, you know I'm a cook, Playboy. We know in Miami the allegations that were going on behind the scenes. We know the allegations when you played for the Vikings. We know the allegations when you played for Philadelphia. We're going to get to all that. So it was just like, man, bro, you would bully Nick Wright. I never agreed with Nick Wright on most things, but I never hated Nick Wright. I knew about his melanated sister he was with. I knew Nick Wright is one of the good fellow human beings we need in this world. So I never, make negative comments on Nick Wright. He got a beautiful daughter, beautiful family, and I don't like bullies. I used to look at Cris Carter allegedly drunk on Fox Sports, snapping on Nick Wright because he disagreed with you. I paid attention to that. Now, if it was a hip-hop a platform or something like that, all bets are off. But you're supposed to conduct yourself professional when you're on a mega platform like Fox Sports. If you're on the IsmokeHiphop Live, we let our nuts hang out. We can do what we want over here. But on that platform, talking about like the way you guys see me over here, shout out to Love Child and everybody watching. The way you guys see me over here is because we're family. I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is YouTube's house, but YouTube even allow you to do more things that Fox Sports don't. So I'm just Mario, not really Blessed One. But if I was on Fox Sports, the scripture says obey the laws of the land. So follow through with the laws of Fox Sports. So Cris Carter would violate this dude, Nick Wright, every episode. And I was waiting for Nick Wright to let his nuts hang out. And it wasn't until they got rid of Cris Carter, we got to see a good side of Nick Wright. I think he glazed LeBron way too much, but you got to see Nick Wright be more vocal. You got to see Nick Wright be more confident in himself. I know you're like, Blessed One, Nick Wright is a grown man, but some people have so much of a good heart, they don't want to step outside their boundaries when they have respect for said so scrubs, sherm heads like a Cris Carter. Nick Wright respected Cris Carter. They asked his opinion. Who does he want on the show? That's what Cris Carter doesn't know. Although you're the Hall of Famer. You got I think he's a Hall of Famer now, because I don't want to get into that. I'm going to tell y'all why, because they ain't really cared about him for 5 straight years when he was supposed to be a first ballot. That really made him bitter. But Nick Wright was some of the people that Fox collectives of executives would talk to. Should we have Cris Carter over here? That's what you guys don't know. Nick Wright actually was the plug, but he didn't act like it. Cris Carter would bitch on this dude, bruh, every goddamn ever. I wanted to smack this dude, bruh. Like, seriously, bro. But I kept my mouth shut. You feel me, Maybach? Shout out to Tanja. I kept my mouth shut because we're supposed to stick the code like all these other communities. You feel me? So right here, hold on. Jet It Out said they banned Mike Vick, made him apologize, and later he denounced us fighting for injustice and made All Lives Matter remake, and Fox hired him. Oh, I agree with you. Okay, now I seen what you were saying. Jetted, I didn't get no sleep. I was a little bit out of it, but you did not have to donate again for me to read the response I asked you to, because we're family, bro. I don't even ask for the donations, but I do love them, and I think I do need it because I'm blackballed, but you don't have to, think you have to do that. I respect all of y'all, King, but I didn't understand what you were saying. That's why I say let me know further. But you are correct. Like, I love Mike Vick. I'm about to stick the code, but you are correct. But I'm gonna stick the code, and I'm not gonna go against my brother Mike Vick. I should be uplifting him because I can never forget what they did to him. So even though Mike might have maybe a little bit tap danced, we all know they put handcuffs on him. But these other brothers was not in Mike Vick's position. You feel me? Jet It Out. Cris Carter was not an established Mike Vick position. Cris Carter was well accepted by that community. Cris Carter problem, he had that nose sniffing problem. He had the Bobby Brown problem. That's what he had, an unprofessional babbling idiot. That's what Cris Carter problem was. That's what we're about to go off right quick. Mike Vick is a peculiar situation that we got to be fair and just uplift him. Look how we uplifted Mike Vick more. You didn't hear all that about All Lives Matter rhetoric no more, because Mike Vick knows and understands, just like his little brother, Marcus Vick from Newport News, Virginia. They know they love their people and they know we'll ride for them. Mike Vick was just doing what he got to do because you got all them kids and family you got to pay for. They done took so much money out of him. People think because he had that $100 million contract, which he didn't get all of that. Shout out to Dr. Amy Rucker in the building. Beautiful doctor. Mike Vick didn't get all of that money. And y'all forgot about when you get locked up like that, you're in the negatives. All the money you make is going to taxes. That's another thing we need to do in school. Instead of teaching us about Christopher Columbus, Mayo Tell discovered America with this fallacy of lies. And in fact, salute to Christopher Columbus for telling the truth about the melanated people he discovered in America. Because I see there's a segment of our community who make fun of melanated people who calls themselves Native Americans. But Andrew Jackson been told y'all this. If you go to the Library of Congress, they don't laugh about black Americans calling themselves Native Americans. This is not, what's that weird nigga? I blame Dwayne Calloway. He's so much of a clown. It's because of Dwayne Calloway that people don't take fellow black Americans or black people in general serious, because you can tell Dwayne Calloway, his lineage is not Native American and he's desperate to be accepted. So because of Dwayne Calloway and the Yvettes Carnells of the world, they embarrass black folks to the point, if you do have lineage and ancestry of Native American, people laugh at you now. And I'm going to tell you why they laugh. They don't respect black people. I don't care if you're from Africa, all parts of the South America, the Caribbeans, West Indies, in America. Most people around the world don't respect us. So when you say this to them, they laugh. But the truth is, if you go to Harvard, if you go to Stanford, if you go to Oxford University, all the prestigious elite universities that's been here, forget about decades, talking about over 200-300 years of illustrious history. I'm talking about history that Mayo people love so much, they don't even care about their own lineage. Bro, you guys better go know about what the Knights Templars job really was. But I'm not going to go too deep into that so I can stay on topic. Your history goes so far back. Their carbon dated tools can't even carbon date it anymore. It can't control how really far and old this artifact is or whatever. So one group of people I would never laugh at, even if I was a sellout, because of my intelligence, even if I was a puppet and a sellout, I could never laugh at us because I know the genetics, who we are, the medicines we can cure. So they feed us. The FDA was created allegedly to harbor our, natural attributes of healing to stop us from really living the 200 years and through. But I'm not going to get into that because I sound like a nutcase to an idiot. But to an intelligent mind, even if you don't agree with me, you'll be inquisitive to go research what I'm saying. So you don't have to agree with me. But when you laugh at people, especially melanated people, you're already a jester of the world. Our history, if we're the original man, original woman, what's funny about it? Right. So Cris Carter looks at it. That's why I have the chain. I'm mad. When I was 19 years old, I had a gold grill in the military. A platinum one. I'm mad I don't have it anymore because I wish I could put my grill. Now, I'm trying to look like this stereotype that they claim make us evil. It's going to make sense, guys. So now, let me hurry up to get to the receipts, bro, because I'm passionate about this, bro. You cannot fake a feeling of caring. You cannot fake a feeling when you present the receipts because it means everything when sellouts out here have a platform. They are strategized as a weapon to defeat us in every single way. Could you imagine? We do have our own nation and we're supposed to secure our nation. We see what every group of people do with their sellouts, but we're the only group of people who have the most created sellouts and agents from COINTEL practices where you don't even need COINTEL. All you got to do is just cook up in the oven some buttermilk biscuits and give it to Jim or give it to Tyrone over here, give it to Jamarcus over here, and these Negroes will sell you out for a fake $2 bill, bruh. It's hard to construct a plan that's vital and take it off the internet if folks is going to upload our blueprints to success over here to your so-called oppressors. That's who Cris Carter is, bruh. Because everything he said about Shedeur, we're going to prove today with video proofs and receipts. Cris Carter went out his way because Deion, once upon a time ago, told the truth that Cris Carter was not that good of a receiver or a threat to him. He didn't really try to disrespect Cris Carter. He tried to let the world know he's so good of being Deion Sanders that very few men can really do well against Deion Sanders. Only the likes of Jerry Rice, maybe a little bit of Andre Rison, but not very few many. So he talked about how Cris Carter, got on him only 2 catches in his career or something like that, only because Vikings felt bad for Cris Carter because he was getting shut down by studs. I'm talking about studs like Coach Prime time, baby. Like, you think they called, man, you guys have to be there. To you new generation who you love Deion Sanders, but you think you understand him. You don't, bro. You have to live during that time of what prime time was. I seen this man convert dudes who don't even like sports, but it was popcorn time, eating their popcorns and watching like, what is he going to do next, bro? I got baseball fanatics who converted into football fanatics who converted into baseball. Deion Sanders was a walking billboard. And when he says something, it stings. And it stung Cris Carter to know that Deion Sanders said to the world that the only way Cris Carter had any chance against me was when that magic man and stud by the name of Randy Moss. Randy Moss, the first ballot Hall of Famer who got in there, but he did a lot of disruptive things. But Cris Carter, who tried to tap dance, and they showed him no love. It took him so much years to finally get in, to the point I can't even remember if he got in to be a Hall of Famer, because nobody remembers you like that, Cris Carter. So now we're going to get to the receipts because I feel like we got to talk about this. But one more thing, Cris Carter, that we're going to say before the receipts. Remember Tony Gonzalez? You and Shannon Sharp hated Tony Gonzalez in your guts, but you did the most nastiest thing because when Fox Sports had you at the time, they hired Tony Gonzalez after he was fired on CBS when he was supposed to replace Shannon Sharp. Ain't God good? And they sent Tony Gonzalez there because they knew soon or very well they was going to get rid of you. Bless one is smart. You was a distraction at Fox Sports. You were challenging dudes to fight, but Skip Bayless bit you. You didn't do nothing to Skip Bayless, and we're going to get into that. But you were straight hold on Fox Sports. You didn't want to. It's not that you were a coward who was afraid to fight them, but you was a coward because the dollar meant more than your manhood. So you exposed yourself to disrespect all day, bro. So they knew your time was coming. So they got Tony Gonzalez to replace you. And you you blew a casket, bro, because you was on the Thursday night coverage on Fox Sport. They made Tony Gonzalez take your Thursday night coverage. Bless one is petty, but I'm not messy. And when niggas like me is petty, the receipts is defeated, bro. It defeats you niggas. Y'all hear me, chat room? Now, let's get to the actual receipts, y'all. Love all of y'all, but now I gotta be this other cook right now. Let's start it. So watch the interview that Cris, y'all probably like, why I said all this. Cris Carter just did an interview on his Fully Loaded podcast, and the only one who seemed reasonable was his male partner. Much love and respect to him. So y'all about to watch a breakdown of it with receipts, and you tell me what type of man conduct themselves towards other group of people and critique them and criticize them the way Cris Carter did Shedeur and Deion. Because don't forget that after you watch this video, you're gonna be like, I might not like DJ Bless One, but goddamn, that's a solid brother. I don't exactly, Playboy, petty, but not messy, bro. Like, yeah, yes, I'm petty. I'm a grown ass man. Most grown men are petty, meaning that we use karma or whatever. Mess is when I try to take your pay from you, come at your kids and wife, dox you. I don't do that, bro. But I am petty, and I'm about to turn up on some Tasha K type activities. Shout out to my mentor, Star Terrains. I was raised and trained by the best, bro. You do not want to get DJ Bless One upset. Enough said. The baddest killers out here don't bother me, bro. Because when it comes to this computer thing and the streets life, we undefeated because God is with us, bro. That's it. Even when we take a L, we undefeated over here. You wish you could be on this side, because I don't be having views like that until now, and then I lose them, I get them back. I don't get views. One thing I do, I don't cry about it, bro. If God is with you, anything you get, you feel good. I feel good seeing my kids smiling. So people could trust me even when they don't like me. They know they trust me. They be like, this nigga be going on live streams with only 20 people. He be doing his R&B DJing thing, not bothering nobody. So when I do these type of live streams consistently this much times in a row, there's a spiritual warfare of raccoons, sellout stepping fetchings out here, and they are a problem for my kids' future. Y'all don't hear me? You think it's funny about a stepping fetching, and you guys only roast them. I want a spiritual warfare to continue where it could be eradicated from any more sellouts spiritually. That's what we're doing right now. We're having a process of elimination from the coons' educational purpose that's be up in the trees trying to chase a nut. Don't let that go over your head. Now, let's show this video of Cris Carter disrespecting Shedeur, violating Deion out the blue, that everybody who don't even know the NFL, don't even know Cris Carter, Deion, or Shedeur, or anything about sports, after you guys are finished watching this video, you're going to be like, damn, bro, they really do have sellouts in their communities. Let's start with video one.
All right. So what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
All right. So what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
All right. So what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
All right. So what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
I let that one clip play 3 times for a reason, so you guys can't get anything misconstrued. So with Cris Carter, bruh, everybody, including people who I seen all year making fun of Shedeur, they all said clearly there was collusion going on. Clearly there was some type of setup, but clearly, even if you don't believe in that part, something literally happened. But who has to be the clown Negro minstrel show to get up on the air and be like, Mr. White Man, I got your back? Almost like that stepping fetching a couple of days ago who came on our live stream saying, leave them alone. Leave my Mayo people alone. Cris Carter, we broke it down already that there was clear collusion in this case. Why would you say this but not break down how there's no collusion? I would have respected you more had you broke down about your clear-cut definition without any, thing to leave in the room for debating about it or arguing, how it wasn't collusion. You didn't say it. You just threw it out there. That was your first mistake. I was like, uh-oh, he got a vendetta. Let's listen to this right here when you go in and Cris says, other guys, you know what I'm saying, that felt his type of way and felt this way about Shedeur. It'll make sense. Let's listen to it right quick.
What he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some super.
Wait a minute. You said the guys that fell in the draft had unusual traits, right? But then you said this that made me disturb about you stepping fetchage. You said they had to, hold on. Hey, you can't make this up. Hey, Maybach Mel says, Cris Carter, how you know Coke? Oh, we're going to get to that. Don't worry about that, Maybach. But I got to laugh a little bit. In the same breath where he said the guys who fell, they had to have unusual traits, but then he said they also had to have fallen because they've done something. I could give a lot of names who fell in the draft. First one is from my neck of the woods of South Florida, Geno Smith, who was a top 5 pick but fell in the second round. So Cris Carter, what bad things did he do to fall? You said you didn't even give them an option. This nigga said they had to have done something to fall. What? What did Justin Fields do to fall? So did Justin Fields do something outrageous to fall too, bro? I'm trying to work with you. Hey, hold on, man. Listen to me, y'all. I'm trying to work with you, Cris Carter. It's like you striking out, cuz I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. I'm trying to give you a fair chance, bro. So I'm gonna say the best one of all. What about Lamar Jackson? What did Lamar Jackson do to fall in the draft? So did he do something too? You said this, bro. That's what I mean. Y'all be giving a pass to these stepping fetchings. You don't really listen to them. If they hate somebody that you hate, you now like the sellouts. You now love the stepping fetchings. All they got to do to be in your good grace is just give respect to someone that to violate someone you don't like. To me, even if one of these stepping fetchings is going in on somebody I don't like, I reserve myself and move myself away from them because I don't care if you don't like someone I don't like. I'm not going to now be teams with you because once a raccoon, you always that, bro. You can't even delete or erase that off who you are, bro. That's there for life. So we debunked that already. Look, I'm going slowly. I'm using scripture and I'm cutting everything with the sword that the scriptures talk about because the truth does cut like a sword. There will be no room to be like, Bless, you lied. The only thing you're going to do is like, fuck you, Bless. I don't like you, Bless one. I don't like anything about you. Dr. Amy Rucker said they are fearful of people of influence and power. This is a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about Cris Carter to be doing his live stream, but I don't even care about his platform. Reason I'm still gonna break him down, y'all. Don't worry, receipts are coming. Reason why you see me into this situation like this, I seen so much of the naysayers, so much of the racists, and everybody are using this interview as some type of fact. There was no collusion. Shedeur is a thug because, Cris Carter alludes to thug things. He actually says that Shedeur is not smart to understand things. He's gonna say this, bruh. So because remember, there's gonna be 2 parts I do for y'all. The first hour is breaking this right here. Let's continue, bruh. This is disgusting.
But Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. But Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right.
So every clip I'm gonna play, I let it repeat 2 times so it can process through your mindset so we can have no confusion or illusion that Bless One is a hater. Somebody asked us a question, but remember, today is not about the F-boys. So what I instantly do, I don't even, I just get them out the way because we have to continue here, y'all. With Cris Carter saying that, let's hear it one more time. I need it to be stuck in your mind. So once again, there's no ulterior motives on my side. Yes, I got a Colorado football thing on my head, but does that matter when you're speaking the truth? No, it doesn't. Let's go.
But Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. But Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning.
First of all, you could have said they think they're in the same evaluation modes as pure, top products. I wouldn't like it, but I would have accepted that. Why did you bring the Manning family? Let's talk about two things you said there before we go to the rest of the other videos. First of all, Deion Sanders went out his way to let people know he's not trying to control the draft. He made sure clear. He went on several shows, including that one sister, including on Roxy, who used to be the host with Terrence on 106 in Park. I'm giving you guys receipts because in college, you have to cite your source. So you guys can go look at her show. And a lot of people asked him this, including Roxy, like, are you trying to control like Eli Manning's family? He completely gave a understanding and said, as a father, I'm still a father first, but I'm also, part of the, the system of football. And he said that's not what he meant. These are his hopes for his son. And because of his knowledge, he is going to give the best advice for his son, because only a father could give the best advice. They took that and ran with it and act like he was trying to decide and pick where Shedeur would go. So another crazy thing about what Cris Carter said is y'all trying to be like the Manning family, which was weird because in the first totality of what I said, it's going to make sense with this. Why would you say of all people they're trying to be like the Manning family when the Manning family did what you're trying to use as a negative connotation towards Shedeur? You said they're trying to control the narratives or whatnot, but why would you use the Manning family as a, defense mechanism of deflection to say they're trying to be like them while saying what they're doing when the Manning family did the goddamn same thing, Cris? Cris, you're not that sharp, are you? No, you are smart. You just know what you're doing. You're not dumb at all. Like most of you court jesters are pretending to be non-complicit in this man's downfall in the draft, but you know exactly what you're doing, bro. The Manning family was the wrong family to use because how could one you claim did what the Manning family did and you're ostracizing them, you're denigrating them, but the family, which is the Manning that actually did it, you're using them as this high piece moral value that is. Look at the Manning family. You're trying to be like them, but they're doing the negative things that you claim. See, it's hard for y'all to call them out that you're confused, Cris. You messed up right there, boy, and I got you. I'm not done yet. Let's keep going, bro. So you talked about this interview more of the unhinged. You're going to go in depth about the combine. And my thing was like, why would you criticize Shedeur and blame he dropped because he didn't go to the combine when majority of Mayo quarterbacks, including other melanated ones, never actually got hurt for not throwing at the combines? Why now it's a problem with Shedeur, Cris? Why would you bring this up? Listen, guys, if you think I'm capping, here we go.
Play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously he could have done a lot better in that. A lot of people left that meeting, he felt he was very, very...
Hold on. Y'all said Deion mentioned pulling a Eli Manning. No, he didn't. To Joey D and who else agreed with Joey D? To Star Child, those are false. Some of all you fanboys here are not even CU fans. Y'all prime. I gotta get you out the way, bro. We don't come here for Otis, gang. I'm gonna put you on a 24-hour timeout, bro. I'm a grown man and you bitching and crying to me, bro. You really came on somebody else's live stream to complain who's a fake fan or not, bro. If you want a cookie, gang, put in 24 hours, come back, put your goddamn cash app, and I'll fund you some money for all that bitching and crying you're doing. Congratulations. You're the greatest Colorado supporter and fan of all. You want a cookie? We're literally supporting Colorado right now. Oh, you people are fake fans. Shut the fuck up, nigga. This ain't your part of the show. You niggas are like roaches, bruh. You want attention so bad because your life is a failure, bruh. I don't give a damn, bruh. We're doing a show here right now, Otis. Sit down for 20. Well, I actually put you on a 30 minutes timeout. So come back in 30 minutes and then maybe you can turn into Pinocchio and become a real boy. You feel me? Right now, fall the fuck back, nigga, and let us expose your zesty boyfriend, Cris Carter, right quick. Could we do that fairly? You can go back to snatch this dude's sack after a good 2 to 3 hours, bro. You can get his whole sack back, bruh. Just let us conduct proper journalism right now. Could you do that for us, fuck boy? I don't care about all that, nigga. I'm not your best friend, bruh. Sound like a personal problem, bruh. If you got a personal problem like that, go to the highest mountains and you know what to do. Yeah, anyways, we're not going to get into that. Let's play it, bro. These niggas, bro. You don't even know you're helping me. You're proving me correct about everything that's going on here. Why do you care about what we talk about? Why does it bother you? Is life so miserable? What we say on a YouTube platform makes you almost, lose your mind, bro? Are you having a midlife crisis, bro? God damn.
Play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously he could have done a lot better than that. A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled. Play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing.
He said not working at the combine, that wasn't the right thing. We just debunked that, y'all. If I come with a list and show you how many players didn't go to the combine and do certain performances, you'll be baffled, bruh. But if you're a staunch football supporter, you're not baffled at all by that. Majority of these cowards don't go to the combine, and majority of good players don't go to the combine. It's not about if you're good or bad. Some people are smart and treat the NFL as the business that it is. Why would I have to do all these things at the combine if the top teams have proper scouts? You do your homework, you do your proper research. Why do me, who's favored to be a top 5 pick, I have to now go through the combine draft process where so many other Mayo quarterbacks don't have to do that crap? But once again, Cris Carter negate to bring up that fact. So he wants you to look at Shedeur as the only guy who ever did that. He wants you to be looked at as some type of clown. You feel me? Somebody say, I'm just watching someone. Shut up right now, bruh. We're doing a show, bruh. I told you, I signed the list right quick. You're not Otis. But to look at this situation, bruh, I told Cris, to my personal mindset, should I have to dox this man? I don't do that. Should I have to come at him with cuss words? I don't really want to do that at him because his whole history is so easy to break down. All I got to do is get the receipts for y'all. So I didn't do a video that I thought I was going to do of shouting, yelling, cussing him out, the typical raccoon rants and violating them. No, we're going to stick it where it hurt and be like the professional journalist that he claimed to love. So on this situation, he brings up Shedeur measurements. Before I talk about it, listen what he brings up about Shedeur and his body type and all this extra crap of excuses to why Shedeur didn't get drafted high enough.
I know.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic. So his measurables are not, say, first round measurables, but he played football like a first rounder.
But his tape's first round tape. But his measurables are not. I know that.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he.
Y'all know me. I don't mind reading dumbass niggas. If a coach asks you to do something, you do it. Look what, viral industries. I don't know what you mean, but these comments be weird. He says, if a coach asks you to do something, you do it. Have you played sports before, bruh? I'm gonna ask you a real question, viral industries. Are you past the age of 14 years old? I don't know how to come at you. I thought I was gonna get mad at you. Even if you're not saying it to me, if a coach asks you to do something, you do it. Have you played sports before, bruh? I don't even know what contest you're talking about. Lay off the Cris Carter smoke packs. Sit down, and I'm begging you to just give me 30 minutes before you embarrass yourself in front of grown men and women. I know you want to be famous, bruh. I know you never had someone to give you attention on YouTube before. So right now your dick is hard, educational. Could you please just wait before you start being the Ronald McDonald, though? Because I don't even know where to come at you. I don't even understand what you're saying. So what is towards? What did I say to make you say that? I don't know what you on right now. Look like we got several Sherm heads we about to expose today. I'm not going to even put you on timeout. I'm going to just let it present out there because I know everybody reading it like, what the fuck are you talking about? Calm down, bro. Like, not today, bro. When you leave rehab, you're supposed to conduct yourself properly in front of the masses. Rehab is not to do a complete reverse and go back to the Sherm head that you might be, because you got to be on drugs, bro. No way, shape, and forms you're conducting yourself as a human being. You got to be tripping out. So I'm not going to flash out on you. I'm going to be a fellow brother and say, take a break, take a breath, crash out in 30 minutes. Right now, let good people, even the ones who disagree with me, who want to talk football, because there's a way grown-ups could do it, bro. All right, let me help you out right quick, bro. He says, I'm angry, but he keeps talking. Hey, I'm going to show you something right quick, because I want to do the show, but some of you fuck boys, there's no way you could be a brother, because if you're a brother, you got to be taking it in the sack, bro. Like, hold on, make sure you're not blocked. If you think I'm mad, you would have been blocked, sir. I'm going to show you how you're my bitch. I'm Pimp Daddy right now. I'm actually tired if you think I'm angry. You're just a pure bitch, bro. I'm not gonna even lie about it. I'm tired and I really could roast you, but I use you to continue with the show for entertainment. But you Negrumps and you males are too dumb to see I need a little atmospheric with the trolls. You feel me? Meaning that it's exciting for people who are just watching, bro. They like me flaming you niggas. So I'm gonna put you on a 30 minutes timeout like a good kid. Go in the corner, drink some apple juice when you're done. Come back and you can be part of the classroom. You know, and matter of fact, if I had some crayons, I would give you crayons to go color something. You're crashing out, you're calling people angry, but for some reason you want us to know all this, but you're not angry. Cris Carter, is that your son in the chat, bruh? Is that your son, Cris? Because I don't know, man. Is that your son? Hey, John Schaff, you blocked the wrong person, bruh. Ura McCray, don't block them. Ura McCray is not doing nothing. He said it to viral, or he or she said it to viral industries that they're too weak. They're not talking to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mind y'all blocking losers, but we have to make sure with these wrenches, we don't block actual supporters who are riding with us. That's been happening lately, and I urge you and implore y'all respectfully, because some people who, when they get blocked, even if it was by accident, they get angry and don't come back. But Urea McCray is not the ops. Look at her comments and you'll see what I mean by that. That is not one of the ops, John. You feel me? Don't block our supporters, please. But let's keep going with this, man. Cris talked about the measurements of Shedeur, almost like he wanted to measure something else in Shedeur's pants. Listen to this right quick.
I know.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic. Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first round measurables, but he played football like a first rounder.
But his tape's first round tape. But his measurables are not. I know that.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic. Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first round measurables, but he played football like a first rounder.
But his tape's first round tape. But his measurables are not. I know that.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic. Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first round measurables.
How the hell his measurables are not first round measurables when Boy, this is great. Kyler Murray is like, let's just be real. Exactly, Pretty Mimi. Kyler Murray is like all of 5'8". I'll give him 5'8.5". He's not even 5'9". Let's stop the charade. I went to 2 of his football games already. Kyler Murray, ain't no way he's even 5'9", bro. I'll give him 5'8.5". Zach Wilson, same height as Shedeur. He had a weak arm. A lot of weak arm Mac Jones, weak arm. So much weak arm quarterbacks were drafted in the top 5. Bro, I'm an old head, bro. All my life watching football, I would say the same thing Cris Carter's saying, but the opposite. I would look at the Mayo quarterbacks and be like, how did they measure up? And I didn't hate and say they couldn't play, but the NFL wants these tall quarterbacks. You got Drew Brees, and yet look at his quarterback that he had, bro. He had several quarterbacks who didn't measure up, but we're not going to get into that right now. So I'm just sitting back like, wait a minute, we're playing the measurement games right now? Cris Carter, you have the arguments that of a 5-year-old child, bro. When I watch all the mainstream pundits use your video, this is why I'm doing this live stream. We're supposed to have a day off today. I was supposed to come back on the live tomorrow. I'm glad we got over 270 people watching. But to tell y'all the truth, I wasn't supposed to be here today, bruh. I was supposed to make more videos, but I was losing my voice. But that got me so bothered after doing the upload. I was like, now we got to talk about it on the live stream because I see more people having Cris Carter as the savior of Mayo people. The savior comes to rescue us and absolve us of all racism. The stepping fetching is about to save us males and absolve us of all racism. This is crazy. He's like the Santa Claus of racism. It's just, if you make a wish, he'll deliver. This shit is unacceptable, bruh. I'm a man, but I appreciate it. Sorry, Uriah, bro. As you can see, Blessed One can't pronounce anything. I don't try to act like I'm the smartest in the room. In fact, right now, I'm just happy you didn't take offense when John, did that. John said my bad. I can easily see how he misinterpreted, because when I didn't see who you added it to, I thought the same thing. So clearly our mods are the coolest mods in the world. It was just, everybody gonna make a mistake. You feel me? But speaking of mistakes, Cris Carter didn't make no mistakes, and we gonna keep proof. Look, we're going to violate Cris Carter in the second half. Right now, we're only breaking down the interview. Don't worry. I know there's some warriors in the chat going, Bless, I know you're going in on Cris Carter, but when you going to talk about the juicy stuff, I got y'all. Remember, I'm not messy, but I'm petty. I got y'all. This look, these live streams always got to be a movie, bruh. You got to make a movie. You can't just hop in here and do the rest. Somebody said you don't know nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, nigga. Hold on. Let's put somebody continuously on timeout. I told y'all, nigga got 100 accounts. He going to troll us, but I'm the one who's mad, y'all. We put this nigga on a timeout. That's not even the same account he used. We put that nigga on a timeout. He said, you're angry, but the nigga keeps coming back. I told you, it's like that little kid you put on timeout, you give him the crayons, he act like everybody else is mad, but he's throwing a temper tantrum in a corner. What you see Viral Industries is doing, that nigga's throwing a tantrum. Bro, I don't know you, nigga. Watch this. I'm gonna sound like someone who's being stalked. Could you leave us alone? I'm gonna keep it real with you, Viral. I don't care about your life. I don't care about your family. I don't care if you exist or not. I really don't care about you, fam. I'm about to smoke one later, play some PlayStation, then get back to making videos. I don't know jack shit about you, bruh. Why are you trying to talk to me? Am I your God? Why do you have to keep creating accounts for us to speak to you, bruh? After a grown man put me on timeout, I'm not fucking with his YouTube channel, but you're really coming back and forth to tell me the same thing, bruh? You feel me? He said, dead ass right, little bruh. Something people can disagree, but they should not get shunned. I agree with you, fam. But don't spam the chat like that, gang, because YouTube don't like us writing multiple comments like that. Queen T said Cris Carter is with Becky and is with the Snow Bunnies. You serious? Cris Carter is with Snow Bunnies? Oh, you can tell I'm a solid dude, bruh, because I'm not messy. I'm just petty. But damn, that upload I made, I would have added that. I ain't gonna lie. I would have added that to the upload I made. But let's keep going. I think I got enough dirt on this Cris Carter stepping fetching where it don't matter who he's sleeping with. But damn, duly noted it on my next video. You feel me? Thank you for that. Andrea Stone say racism 3 times in a row, and Cris Huckabuck Raccoon Carter appears to whitewash it. Oh man, hey, I'm gonna take that from you, Cris. Let me repeat. Hold on, man. We need to repeat that loud and clear again. Andrea Stone, our beautiful family, says, say racism, basically said like that, say racism 3 times in a row, and Cris Huckabuck Raccoon Carter appears to whitewash it. Hey, at the end of the day, bruh, he is the stepping fetching. And look, if anybody ever got blocked on this channel by accident, one thing I do, I unblock everybody when I'm done with the live stream. If I see anybody that appears to be blocked, I go to the settings, and that's the secret on YouTube if y'all want to know who I am. In fact, I'm going to do it after this live stream because one of our queens told me she was blocked last week. I don't even know if it's true or not, but I always unblock it. I'm going to unblock it. So to even the trolls, you don't understand that you help the streams creating accounts with engagement. So I'm going to unblock you regardless. So I want you to show out. Please crash out. And if you're male, please do what you do best and get the engagements up with your temper tantrums and your fake outrage. It actually helps content creators. We implore you to do that. But let me move fast forward. We just debunked the measurements. As I'm losing my voice, God's going to keep my voice here, which y'all don't worry about it. So Cris speaks on this part right here. This is why I got the chain and the sunglass, y'all. Cris Carter's going to go in about Shedeur wearing chains and all that. Listen.
Human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room. How he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. Human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary. Like he's already calling himself legendary.
First of all, a man who called himself legend and sold products about being a legend was Johnny Manziel, who came with his own merchandise when he was only a redshirt sophomore in College Station. If y'all don't know where College Station at, that's Texas A&M. That man was one of the most broad merchandise sellers. Guess who else sold merchandise? I actually like this quarterback, but Cris Carter hated him. We're going to get to that later when Skip Bayless flamed him. His name is Tim Tebow. He had the most merchandise being sold when it came to religion, and we could keep going. This has always been there. The NFL is a business. Why the hell wouldn't you sell merchandise? Majority of these guys are doing merchandise when they get to the league. And you know why Shedeur is being seen the most? Because we're in a new era of NIL deals. You can sell your likeness without getting in trouble anymore. But Cris Carter is a bitch ass nigga, bruh. He's trying to make it look like Shedeur is a monster for doing it. If the NIL deal was there during his time, guess who else would have his own merchandise since he got to sniff coke all day? Cris Carter. He'll be the main one with his own merchandise. What type of man, no matter if you're black, white, Spanish, Asian, that wouldn't sell merchandise to get more dividends and money? Like, who doesn't make money in a capitalist society that's known as America? Make it make sense. What the hell that got to do with football? Tom Brady got his merchandise. All the quarterbacks got their merchandise. How does the hell that coincide with actually being an NFL quarterback when you're in the NFL, a goddamn business? That doesn't even make sense, Cris Carter. Just say you're trying to say you, Cris Carter, and your male counterparts, you don't like a black guy going out the box, getting his own money. He has to get in line. That's what you're saying, but you're trying to articulate it as if you're not saying that. Then you talking about he calls himself legendary. Nobody said nothing when LeBron James called himself the golden one. Guys like Larry Bird was praised like that. A lot of them calls themselves that. Steve Young, before he even got to the league, says he will be a legend. I should have added that clip there. We could keep going, bro. But you didn't bring none of this up, bro. You didn't even favor, like, to give your brother some grace, bro. Like, critique him. But goddamn, this like a hit piece. Like, you want to see this dude be unalived or something, bro. It's like you were taking passion in it because there's an ulterior motive that we're about to get to. Let's hurry up with this, and you all are going to see the ulterior motives of Cris J. Carter. Listen.
They want to get rid of him in the week. They can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought were highly questionable for my franchise quarterback.
So like what?
When he was working out with Cam Ward, him and Cam Ward, the number one pick.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to cut a rap video together? No, I want to be known as a football player.
And he's like, what do you do for fun? He's like, I play football.
Why wouldn't you sit down with people and they want to get rid of him in the week? They can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought.
Shout out to the king of Bakerfield. Say, Master wrote this up from hey, look. The king of Bakerfield, you're not lying. That's why I went live today. I was like, no, I got to give my people more consistency, bro. God is going to look out for all of us. This platform, I really feel like is the church, bro. Like I said, the same thing you said, bro. I know Cris Carter was jealous of Deion. We're going to go to that later. I got receipts of everything. But it was more of how he was coming, after this. I said, damn, bro, Robert Johnson, why would you be blocked if everybody could see you, bro? Y'all need to really just listen to the show. Now, I looked at the situation like, why would Cris Carter say these things in a way like you got a personal anger against them? I didn't even see the racists come at Shedeur like that, bro. Listen again to what he said right here, y'all.
They want to get rid of him in the week. They can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought were highly questionable for my franchise quarterback.
So like what?
When he was working out with Cam Ward, him and Cam Ward, the number one pick.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to cut a rap video together? No, I want to be known as a football player.
And he's like, what do you do for fun? He's like, I play football.
Why wouldn't you sit down with people and they want to get rid of him in the week? They can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
I let it play 3 times, so remember what we're doing here. We're treating it like church. Dr. Umar says it 10 times. I only need to say it 3 times so it can be embedded in your brain, bruh. So let's talk about 3 things he brought up there. He said he doesn't like the way Shedeur handled these interviews and talked in the interviews. Let's debunk it very fast. First of all, the interviews, you feel me? What's going on with that? The interviews going on, all the NFL personnel all came out because I really think a lot of them were forced to do this to Shedeur, but they started feeling bad. Guess what started coming out? Even before the draft came about, they said these reports about Shedeur doing a bad, you know what I'm saying, interview was a lie. Almost every NFL teams besides 5 of them, all personnel came out and debunked that and said it's a lie. So even if there was 4 teams said he did bad interviews, what about the other 20-something NFL teams? Because everybody passed up on Shedeur, Cris. Why would you lie about this? Cris, how the fuck you know what's going on when most of the NFL personnel hate you? Most of your NFL counterparts never stuck up for you. Nobody rolled for you when the Hall of Fame was freezing you out for multiple years. Nobody gives a damn about Cris Carter, and that's your bitterness. So who gave you this information that you clearly lied about? You're sabotaging Deion Sanders' son, and I'm going to make it make sense with receipts, but you're sabotaging Deion Sanders' son for what he said about you. You have a way where you're begging to get back into the national limelight. Being a sellout is what helped out a lot of you step infections, and you understand the Jason Whitlock blueprint. You're trying to go full throttle conservative, but you're not a conservative like me. Real conservatives, conservative like me, we don't care about racist people, but at the same time, we don't let them disrespect us as a man, meaning we're not stepping fetchings. We're not on this side or that side. We're traditional, meaning no group of political people could pull me here and there like they do you, bro. Basically, I can't be bought off, Cris. You're not a real conservative. You're liberal throughout your entire career, right? Even your first 8 years in TV. And then all of a sudden out the blue after being fired, you're this full-fledged conservative now. You niggas are picking and choosing for whatever the dollars are paying. I'm a masterful artist at showing the world what it's about. Now let's go more into it. You talked about, let's listen to it again. Look at the last part and what he insinuated. I'm not gonna even play it. You said when your counterpart, who seems to be more reasonable than you, he suggested that, are you trying to say Shedeur is not smart to understand that Colorado and JSU is not the NFL? You said absolutely. So you basically called Shedeur dumb. You actually verbatim called him dumb and say he's not smart enough to understand that the NFL is not JSU or Colorado. You know how insulting that is, bro? I think we all, even if you don't like Shedeur, we got a right to ask, what did they do to you, bro? What's up with the personal shots? If you're going to criticize him on football is one thing. But damn, bro, what you saying about that, man, somebody might knock you silly, bro. Somebody might Mike Tyson you one time. And I'm watching my words because this is YouTube. Because, you know, I believe in the woo. We might let the power of God manifest these things that happen to you for real, bro. You felt the power of racism, what it could do to you. It destroyed your life. Out of all the people who can understand what Shedeur is going through, I thought you'll be the main loser that'll understand what he was going through. Even if you don't like the family because of Deion, but you'll feel what Shedeur is going through. But you're going out your way overdoing it. I've noticed out of all the racists who hate Shedeur and Deion, it's only one group of people that's really going super hard to destroy his character. Exactly, Judah. Defamation of character. Bro, in fact, that's what we're going to bring up later when I'm done. There needs to be a lawsuit here because it's only one group of people that's really disrespecting Shedeur. I've seen Charleston White violate Shedeur and Deion, and I need to do a video about Charleston White because I like him, but I feel like what's the point of making a video about Charleston White when he deflects everything? He's gonna say he's just playing a character, he's just doing X, Y, and Z. So it's like we don't need to worry about Charleston White because he don't count. But then you look at the Jason Whitlocks of the world. I know him in real life. I could hit him up. Most of y'all know this, and he hasn't been cool friends with me no more because he got a taste of who Blessed One is. Just because you're my friend, I don't give a fuck who you is, bro. We are going to call anybody out. I just told you, if my own mama violates the code of ethics of melanated people, she got to get this work. There's no ifs and buts about it. Some of you people are infatuated in love with bullshit too much, and it be your own family. You don't want to call it out. You call everybody else garbage out, but you'll never call your own people, bro. That's what make me solid. I'm keeping my word, twin. I've always been solid, gang. And I'm a twin in real life. I'm always keeping my word, bro. Nah, we got to make rules here, bro. The community got to be bigger than the individuals, but the problem, we're the only group of people who made the degenerates individuals greater than the community. No other group of people do this but us. We got the worst black folks out here saying the most disgusting things about Shedeur, doing dumb skits, anything, because we're the people that are easily bought off. And the entire world knows this. The Asian community knows that about us. Caucasians know this about us. Arabs, Arabic people know this about us. Basically, every people around the world knows the melanated brother, no matter where on earth he is, you can just give him $1. He'll give military plans or nation plans away, secret, just anything. He'll call anybody out. He'll even kill for the masses. You feel me? He'll kill. He'll wipe out his whole family for that buttermilk biscuits. And you guys understand why I'm doing this live stream when I wasn't supposed to be live today? You understand why it matters to call them out? Because if there's no pushback, somebody said, Bless One, why are you crying, bro? You're doing too much. No, the problem is, nigga, we don't do enough. Bless One, you do too much. No, bro. The problem is we don't do enough. Do you know how comfortable I'll be if there was at least 100 black men and women like me that's doing this? Then I don't have to go so hard like that. I can talk about hip hop like I'm desperately wanting to. I can lay my foot off the gas and talk about this. But this is a mission that's greater, bro. I got to use my platform for righteousness, bro. Because every day I know how I feel when I see these evil entities use their platform to denigrate people, take money from them, take their character from them, strip them of manhood, masculinity, just everything, bruh. And that does destroy a nation. But you're too dumb to see it because you incorporated yourself with Babylon. You don't understand what the scripture means when it says, don't become one of the world. It says, obey the laws of the land, but don't become this bullshit. And here comes you niggas becoming it. Shout out to beautiful Tanja in the chat. And y'all want to become Babylon. You can live in Babylon. God gave us that pass because we're not into righteousness until the Most High come back. All these people talking about they've been saved. How the fuck you been saved by God if he didn't return yet? Don't let that part go over your head. But let's move fast forward with this. I'm not done with this, Negrumps, bruh.
This whole thing with Deion and the media and everything, like it's out of control. Like it did not help him. It helped him make money in college because he got followers, but it actually hurt him as far as him getting a job as an NFL quarterback.
You mean as Shedeur, his social media stuff with Shedeur?
Yes.
It hurt him.
Yeah. What else hurt him? This whole thing with Deion and the media and everything, like it's out of control. Like it did not help him. It helped him make money in college because he got followers, but it actually hurt him as far as him getting a job as an NFL quarterback.
You mean as Shedeur, his social media stuff with Shedeur?
Yes.
It hurt him.
Yeah. What else?
All lies, bro. You are a disgusting piece of shit, nigga, bruh. I don't like you, Cris Carter. I just was in disgusting and enraged with you. But now I hate is a strong word, bruh. But I do, bruh. I personally do, bruh. Because at the end of the day, bruh, I got like 100 videos debunked in everything the media did. Deion Sanders used to get us mad because he didn't want to call out the media. Deion Sanders actually been quiet for 2.5 years since he's been at Colorado. Relentless attacks on him, his family, personal friends. All you see is a lot of people disrespecting Deion, where I even had to criticize them. Even now I'm criticizing Deion because he's so reserved right now. He's not even violating everybody who disrespected his son because he's hurt right now. And yet you took time out to say that slanderous statement, what Deion did to the media. You talking about that lame ass reporter from Colorado? There was 2 of them who flat out lied on Deion. I had to be the one who ignited the flames to push back, and I showed proof he lied. When you talking about the media who said there were over 18 weapons, meaning guns, at the locker rooms because all the players was like, get the strap. Remember Bucky, Deion Jr. took the camera. He was recording them in the locker room. Everybody had invisible weapons. You know, when you take your hands, you make the gun gestures like that. They was like, get the strap, get the strap. Cris Carter, you jackass. That's a statement that 50 Cent said. Every young kid who is a young guy their age says, get the strap. I don't personally say it. It doesn't mean they have a goddamn weapon for real. You damn idiot. And these are the idiots y'all let go on TV, say dumbass shit. You can tell it's a script. Because even if you don't like Shedeur, why would you say the things they've done, bruh? Deion Sanders kicked out that journalist out of the locker room for not only slander news, lies that could potentially get people arrested that never existed. In fact, this is why I told Deion he should have sued that reporter. You see, when you don't sue and stand on business, the lie is always bigger than the truth. I don't even like Charlemagne the Fraud, but Charlemagne the Fraud was correct. The lie is always bigger than the truth, even when you debunked it. Look at, see, Cris, I debunked this lie a year and a half ago, bro. And guess what is still living on the internet? That flat out lie about Deion in the media, bro. That's a lie, bro. That's a fucking lie. So Deion is not allowed to defend himself. He has to just sit down. You guys make a lie about it. And he waits over 2 years before he does something. And when he does one thing, he got a history now of it. You're a disgusting piece of bitch. That's not ish. You're a disgusting piece of bitch, Cris Carter. I hope you're, because we're about to talk about your son. We don't talk about families over here, but your grown ass son is my age. We're going to violate you through your son. I got to, bruh. You want to violate people's son because you're jealous, your lame ass son who had all the potential in the world and he fucked up. So now you want to embarrass Deion's son because your bitch boy didn't make it. Deron Carter was a failure. And I'm going to say it. While you tap dancing and doing the most about, you know, the Shedeur and telling him on what he should do and conduct himself, you and your piece of shit son were never good character men. You and your son, like father, like son, was piece of shit human beings, bro. When it came to distractions, disciplinary reasons, we're going to get into that because you're a fucking hypocrite. I'd rather use receipts, bro. So let's get on with more of this, bro.
I know you've
let me tell you what he understands today.
Okay.
He ain't running shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, they taught him a great lesson.
Okay.
Like, you don't have this figured out. Your dad don't have this figured out.
Who's they? NFL,
Shedeur,
the world. No, who taught you? Said they taught him. I'm just curious. Like,
well, the system.
The system. Okay,
There's a system out there, man.
Okay.
Like, you're going.
I know you've
let me tell you what he understands today.
Okay.
He ain't running shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, they taught him a great lesson.
Okay.
Like, you don't have this figured out. Your dad don't have this figured out.
Who's they? NFL,
Shedeur,
the world. No, who taught you? Said they taught him. I'm just curious. Like,
well, the system.
The system. Okay,
There's a system out there, man.
Okay.
Like, you're going.
I know you've
let me tell you what he.
Wait a minute, bro. Why would you say that about Shedeur? He don't run shit and all that. It sounds personal. Like you personally letting Shedeur and Deion know you don't run anything, but you didn't say anything. You said you don't run shit. God damn, bro. Did Shedeur and Deion double team your girl? Did Deion take your mom and smack her? Like, what, bro, slow down, bro. Part of journalism, it can't be that personal. Why do you sound so personal, like you literally attacking them, bro? Whoa. When did Deion and Shedeur say they ran anything? Shedeur dad, which is Deion, just said instead of him being a coach to his son, he's going to be a father and give Shedeur the best advice when it comes through the draft process. And ever since Deion said that, even when he did the joke, if he don't like a team for his son, hell no, we're not going there. But he laughed about it. Everybody know he was being condescending. He was being sarcastic. He was doing a joke. He even came out and said, no, he would not do that. He just would give Shedeur the best advice. He literally did like several interviews explaining that, but you doubled down on it that Deion was trying to run something. So me wearing a chain, having a father in my life is me trying to run the NFL. So Cris Carter, or what you're saying is that, listen, Shedeur and all black people who tries to level up themselves, don't you dare try to be an upright person who could be their own boss, who could stand up for themselves. We don't want you to do that. We want you to be like us, a step in fetching. We want you to run through massa. Like, that's literally what you're saying, bro. You're literally making this advertisement for racists. Listen, all you little black dudes out there, you better don't start thinking you're a good man. You better don't start thinking like a free man. You better act like you on this plantation or we gonna get some straightening over here. That's what you literally just said. This shit gets embarrassing, bro. I want to go to part 2, y'all, but let's get the last part of this interview because I want to get to exposing time. This is me being nice. I lost my voice. I'm going through happiness because I'm having more kids. It's like, I really feel good in life right now. I'm not mad at anybody. This is passion, because being mad is me being mad with one of you beautiful people. That's being mad. When I'm talking about a sellout, I can't even tell you on YouTube what I feel about them. They might get me out of here if I tell you how I feel about a sellout. No, getting mad is like, I'm mad at my dad today. I'm mad at my girl today. I'm mad at my son today. That's being mad. The king of Bakerfield, we might be mad at each other today, but we family, we gonna be cool tomorrow. That's mad. But when a sellout put our life in danger, that's not mad. This is a spiritual warfare. I was in the military. Everybody know the military rules when you have a sellout and a disloyal member and a traitor that went AWOL. It's only one thing you do to them at a time of war. There is no trials. There is no prison. There's only one thing you do to a traitor when there's a war, whether it's a physical war or a spiritual war. You do to them like you do the horse. You bring them out back. Shout out to Mr. Sanitizer, the trucker. He said, congratulations on a new baby. Thank you, bruh. You bring them out back, bruh. So if you think I'm mad at Cris Carter and these racist mayos and Sambos stepping fetching Negroes, it's higher than that. Mad is a natural trait that God gave us. There's a time to love and there's a time to hate. No, it's past that. I don't think you people can understand what I honestly feel about these dudes. No, bro. Like, my daughter got me mad at the other day. An hour later, I kissed her on the forehead and told her I love her. No, bro. Being mad is regular. That's a natural ability. What should happen to these sellouts, we can't even say on YouTube. You're serious? When you see these trolls get in here, you're mad, bro. Oh, you don't want to know the truth, what I feel like. Everything is a game to you guys. Over here, notice when they try to troll us, it don't work. They end up crashing out and spazzing out because they think I'm like every other YouTuber who does what they do, and the YouTuber starts crying, they're trolling me too much. Desi said, are you on Patreon? I'm going to find out a way to do a Patreon where you guys could pay $1 or 50 cents. I don't want y'all to pay me a lot of money so I would love to go to, in fact, I'm about to create a Rumble because they'll let us say this shit. We're going to create a Rumble, right? Tomorrow, we're going to create a Rumble on live stream so we can go there when we're not live on YouTube. I can go to Rumble and tell you what should happen to a sellout. That's what we're going to do. We're going to create a Rumble and we're going to tell you exactly what should happen to the Cris Carters of the world. Say less, but let me finish with the last one. Say less, twin. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to explain to a T what every country, what every race of people do to a sellout. Then you'll understand why Bless One is going hard in the paint.
Like, you're going for a job interview. So for his job interview, he was so concerned about, what his outfit was. His necklace was over $100,000. Like, he hadn't even convinced people that you're the face of our franchise. Matter of fact, he had convinced people that they were better off going in a different direction, even with people who had lesser talent. That's the rub he put on the people.
Hey, Lorraine Davison, I don't even know if you're black, but you're doing too much. I don't want to hear nothing about JSU right now. If you can't stay on topic to what we're talking about, I'm not going to block you or put you on timeout. Well, I might put you on timeout, Queen. I ain't going to lie. This ain't your part of the show, Queen. I'm going to talk to you with more respect, but part of me don't even believe you're a woman. I believe 98% you're one of these mayo men or stepping fetching with a fake account. Maybe only 13% or 2%, if even that, you might be a woman. First of all, I don't give a damn about the beef between Deion and JSU. I'm going to stick to code and not slander JSU. I'm about to do an upload about that because a lot of you so-called people who don't give a damn about HBCUs, bitch, you don't want. Yeah, I'm going to say, bitch, you don't give a damn about JSU, Miss Lorraine. Yeah, I'm going to use that word because in 2025, no more watching our words for you disgusting bitches and weak niggas out here. You don't care about JSU, and 100% I could bet my life on it. You've never went there. You just want to be a disgusting idiot that want to yap about things that don't got one to do with the other. Because at the same breath, you're talking about Deion leaving JSU, but at the next breath, you're not bringing up on the fallacies that JSU did. Not illegal. They stole money. Motherfuckers getting robbed, not providing proper medical care for and because I love our people, I'm not about to slander JSU because we're sticking to code. I can do that respectfully, I can call them out like I'm gonna do on a video without trying to violate our people. Too much of you Negrums are very comfortable to switch and divert the attention away to make your fitters and oppressors happy. You don't give a damn about Deion or JSU. You're just mad you see unity in the chat. You want to be a stinking bitch. Go take care of them dirty kids right quick, man. I'm standing on that. I can't believe I tried to be nice to you. And I looked up, you had multiple comments about the same thing. Man, go find your husband, lay down in bed, tell him put something in your mouth to satisfy you, bitch. You're disgusting in every way. Don't play with me over here. I'm not your fucking favorite YouTuber. Hold on, I'm gonna put you on top. Bitch, you graduated from Bitch Street University. How about that, you disgusting creature? Now go on timeout for 10 minutes. Go, you lucky you're well, I don't even know if I'm not going to say you're a woman. I know you trolls. I'm going to give you a 10-minute timeout because women can be in the corner too. Now go in the corner and think about how you fucked up daddy's stream right now with your degenerate behavior. We're not fucking talking about JSU right now, bitch. Stay on topic, ho. We're on fucking Cris Carter and his degenerate behavior. If you want to talk about JSU, you disgusting creature, go get your own goddamn platform and go bitch and complain over there. That's why nigga didn't put a ring on your stinking fingers, because you yap too much, bitch. Stay in place and do like the scriptures say. You feel me? Do it like the scripture says. The good women's know when to remain in silence. You nasty, disgusting ones violating grown men, trying to stop the show. I can't stand you untamed beast. Because the great women in the chat, no, I'm not talking about them, because I'm going hard in the paint, because I just told people I'm 98% certain you're not a female, and that's why I called you dad. I wonder why they called me bitch, because there was a grown man pretending to be a female. I use the word bitch for men. I will never just call out a female a B word like that, but I use it for men, weak men. And I've really, in fact, my Spider-Man senses went up. I'm now 100% convinced you're one of these weak Negroes or one of these little frail male races with these troll accounts, because what real Negro would disturb a black man uplifting black people right now so you can bring that JSU bullshit? You are not a woman, sir. And since you got your own communities, go find that rainbow and go chase it. You might get a pot of gold, bitch. Now let's get back to regularly scheduled programming. These stinking bums think I'm their favorites, bruh.
Like you're going for a job interview. So for his job interview, he was so concerned about what his outfit was. His necklace was over $100,000. Like he hadn't even convinced people that you're the face of our franchise. Matter of fact, he had convinced people that they were better off going in a different direction, even with people who had lesser talent. That's the rub he put on the people. Like you're
whoa. So Cris Carter, did you just say it was Shedeur who convinced teams to give up on a generational talent like Shedeur? And even if you don't think he's generational, on an actual first round draft first day starter quarterback like Shedeur, he convinced billionaires to bypass them for guys like Tyler Sorrell, whatever these loser names are. So let me get this straight, Cris Carter. You're telling America, and you're telling the entire world, in this world of business where you're supposed to make money, there was owners that said to themselves, we rather lose games, we rather lose our fan base, we rather lose money, we rather lose all respect, because Shedeur convinced us of that, so we can draft 7th round pick into the second rounds, 7th round picks into the first round, 7th round picks in the third rounds just to avoid Shedeur because he allowed that and did that. Bro, you got elementary arguments, bro. I wish I could in that fucking head of yours, bro. Educational I can't stand you stepping fetchings. You didn't even make sense, bro. And the racists knew you didn't make sense, but everybody made your video go viral. Nothing you said in that shit made sense, bro. How did Shedeur force somebody to be racist and hate him? Once again, you were not in those interviews, but you keep using salacious news that ESPN started, because ESPN was the one who started these lies. I already debunked them. You used the lies, you didn't research, so now, bro, that's why I hate about the world. Cris Carter knows there's a lie, but he's a bitch and a passive-aggressive coward. He can't tell Deion, on his actual hatred, because young melanated brothers like me will catch Cris Carter at Walmart and let's just say he's gonna be on World Star. I'm gonna repeat that again because there's a spiritual warfare. Ain't no more tap dancing. Cris Carter didn't want to let his nuts out and tell the world I got paid to embarrass Deion family because I always hated Deion. So what he is doing is using kindergarten arguments that don't even, it's like I can't even fake an anger that I want to because it's like, damn, bro, they don't even make sense. At this point, Cris Carter is literally hiding, bro, passive aggressive. But if he can dirty the Sanders without saying it, then nobody will beat him up because he knows, bro. One thing about our community, I'm not really supporting it, but I'm also not disagreeing with it because I believe in street justice. One thing about our community, for good or bad, we do believe in enacting street justice, whether you don't like it, whether you like it. Cris Carter, for what he says, shout out to Love Child. He knows if he goes to Walmart, Dunkin' Donuts, he's going to the gas station, it's going to be an ignorant little YNs like my family members who see your ass, Cris Carter, and let's just say you're going to have a beautiful World Star moment. That's all I'm going to say, bro. You will have your World Star moment. I think you ain't been in the hood since you left Fort Lauderdale when you played for the Dolphins. You ain't been back in the hood yet because you know if them boys catch you slipping like they caught your son slipping, oops. You don't want me to share that story with the people like they caught your son slipping in Fort Lauderdale, but we about to turn up on you. We done with that interview. Let's go to the other receipts. Dum, dum, dum. Do y'all know I got some beautiful other receipts for y'all right quick? Now this is the real live stream, ladies and gentlemen. This where it gets hot at. I don't think y'all understand. That was me taking it easy on this bitch, nigga. Now let's do the educational purpose exposing and violation. So, Cris Carter, and I'm going to take the comments off the screen, y'all. I'll put it back later. Y'all could be on the YouTube comments, but I'm talking about my screen. I need y'all to see all this ish. So right here, look at this article. However, even with all the necessities, it isn't surprising at all to see them take shots at one another. If y'all don't know, Cris Carter started a fight with Randy Moss. I'm only starting this like this so it can make sense for y'all. So he started a fight with Randy Moss, and people wanted to know why was Cris Carter going bitter and bitter every moment out the blue. Now let's play the videos, but let's eat. Shout out to Dennis and everybody in here. Let's eat right quick, bruh. We are going to eat right now, bruh. Shout out to G Money and everybody in here. I feel like turning up and it's that time, bro. This is what happened to Cris Carter that turned him into a stepping fetching, y'all.
It happened. But apparently he had a dispute with upper management. I guess they just said enough was enough and he was shown the door. So guys, what do you think of this, black and white sports fans? Cris Carter no longer employed by FS1. It happened. But apparently he had a dispute with upper management. I guess they just said enough was enough and he was shown the door. So guys, what do you think of this, black?
To this day, ladies and gentlemen, it was one of the most mysterious laying off / fired episode in history. Even Jason Whitlock being removed from Fox Sports had more details and information. Cris Carter got fired, and here's a little bit more explanation if y'all don't know what's going on, if y'all new to this. Let me break it down for you. So as you guys can see here, y'all can pause or read this little thing, but I'm just gonna go off and tell y'all. Cris Carter was laid off because he had several infractions with Fox Sports. He had one that got so bad where he got in shouting matches with people at Fox when they hired Tony Gonzalez. So he was already up the ante. So when he got fired, it was situations where he got drunk, people was reporting. It was a lot of situations where he messed up on for personal matters, and nobody ever went deep details on it, bro. But I am going to today to go deep details on it. He spiraled out of control because at this point in his life, let's just be honest. I'm going to say allegedly now the cocaine use is not alleged, but for this point, I'm gonna say alleged. You can clearly see during this time on Fox, Cris Carter probably 100% allegedly was back on cocaine again. He claimed to be sober free, but I don't believe he was clean from the cocaine anymore. I believe he was going through a lot of setbacks when they hired Tony. At this time, he was not feeling respected anymore. He's seen the likes of a idiot like Stephen A. Smith propelling through the ranks. He gave his all to this network. So his mindset was getting bitter. It was getting jealous. During this time frame, he's seen guys like Randy Moss being promoted more, even though Randy Moss was not on his best behavior. We all know that. So it was fucking up with his mental, bro. So he was breaking down. He was snapping on Nick Wright. They got tired of him. He was let go how you say, on a Friday, on his day off, something like that. He got let go. He didn't show back to work, but it was not really on his day off, y'all. What if I tell y'all he came at work and got escorted out by the security? You probably won't believe me. It was the security team, y'all. The security, they embarrassed Cris Carter. He was on his day off. He had to come back to work, they told him. He had to do a segment, but it was a setup to embarrass him. They collect his things and get the fuck out of Fox Sports office. So when he went to work, he had his suit on. He was sitting upright. They brought the security to escort that bitch nigga out the room. Ever since then, he broke his own rules. Remember, Cris Carter had his own rules, y'all? He had a whole lot of rules about his fall guy. Now, this is the guy who talked about the character issues of Deion Sanders. Am I lying? He talked about the character issues of Shedeur. He pretty much went at the entire Sanders family. This guy had his own set of rules. He said one of the most fucked up things, even though I agree with the fall guy, but he said this on national TV, being this so-called preacher man, this better guy than everybody else. Why would you need a fall guy, Cris, if you're this Christian who no longer partakes in drugs or anything like that, and you were coaching youth football at this time? So why would you need a fall guy, Cris Carter? This is what you said.
Just in case y'all not gonna decide to do the right thing, if y'all got a crew, you got to have a fall guy in the crew. Just in case y'all not gonna decide to do the right thing, if y'all got a crew, you got to have a fall guy in the crew.
You see Warren Sapp laughing because you're a snitch, Cris Carter. Since the beginning of time, everybody from blacks, whites, Spanish, Asian, every human being knows you have to have a fall guy. You thought you was a cool guy. I told you he don't understand slangs. He's always trying to fit in with the younger crowd, but he seems like some dusty nigga that's doing too much. Embrace getting older. I love having these gray hairs. I love getting older, but you're bitter, bro. You're going through a midlife crisis during these times. Warren Sapp got away from you because he looked like, hey, dog, you snitching. You about to get a lot of people in trouble. This is a secret that every athlete knows, from whites to blacks, every Wayne Gretzky's. Everybody knows you do not reveal the fall guy situation. Everybody know once Cris Carter said that, it was segments everywhere. People started getting in trouble. People started bringing up that famous quote of the fall guy. He started that new crap. I think it was in 2009 or 2010. He said this. He started that crap because by then he was this Christian man who, like, why would a Christian man needs a fall guy and preach that type of thing to kids? It's usually supposed to be a code of silence on that, but you're not listening to me. But this is Cris Carter judging the character of Shedeur, who didn't do any drugs like Cris Carter, none at all. No criminal activities. He has charities. The only thing he's being hated on for who his father is and his confidence. And let Cris Carter tell it, us having these chains on, we're criminals now because we wear chains. But white guys buy Ferraris. They don't wear chains, but they show off. You know what they do? They buy new vehicles. They buy new gun collections. You don't say anything about that. So the black man can't have any trophies. If we get a trophy from our hard work, now we're not a traitor, but we're not good of a professional. Tom Brady showed off all the new toys he bought. He was praised for it. ESPN made it front page news. Am I lying? Anytime they do it, where are you Negrum sellouts to call them out? This thing is unbelievable, but I'm not done yet, nigga. So you are a bitch, nigga. You didn't want to call out Fox Sports. That's how I know you got caught on. This is me. Look, I don't want to get sued and I don't want to lie on a man's name, but I believe Cris Carter fell back to drugs again. This is why he was fired. You can't make me not believe it wasn't that, because Fox Sports didn't want to talk about it. Guess who the man who talks about everything else, Cris Carter, he didn't even talk about it. He was this Black Panther BLM wannabe. Now he's conformed into a conservative. Now, why he didn't talk about it? He talked about everything else. He just shared y'all about the fall guy information, personal secrets like that. That you just exposed the Sanders family, didn't you? So why not tell us why you really got fired, son? But he said this, y'all, like these fake Christians. Y'all want to know what Cris Carter said? Here we go. He said, this is in 2019. He said, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. Proverbs 12:25. Shut up, bitch nigga. First of all, if you're going to do that, apply other verses to that verse for precepts upon precepts. But here's the thing. You have to lead up to a context of when you give verses out. My father taught me that since he's a reverend. His reverend friends taught me that. And I told y'all guys this already. When I went to church, I went to white churches. I went to Spanish churches, Haitian churches, Jamaican churches, a lot of Black American churches. I went to all churches because my father went to school with all these ministers. That's one thing about having a great father's like mine. He didn't teach me to be racist or anything like that. I'm just not my father's son all the way. There will be nothing like my dad like he does, taking the high road, turning the other cheek. We're the new generation. We're the new spark to make us. We're not taking that crap no more. I love my father. I love Deion Sanders, but fuck that high road. When we got stepping fetches like this, ain't no high road. We going right through your bitch ass, bro. No more high roads, bro. No more turning the other cheek just so you can smack me in the other cheek. What type of nigga turns his other cheek and turns his back on his enemy? A dumb one. I don't look dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a new nigga. I don't know what to call myself, but I'm a new type of nigga. I hope you niggas look at yourself like that, but I'm not these niggas from the civil rights. I'm not these niggas in the 80s and 90s. I'm not none of that. I'm some new type of manufactured nigga that's not going for none of that bullshit. Too much. Our strong melanation of people love tap dancing and bending hands and knees. Hell nah, bruh. Let's keep going in, bruh. So Cris Carter did that weak tweet. Guess who been smelled bitching Cris Carter? Skip Bayless. My nigga Skip Bayless. You feel me? The coolest Mayo man in the world, Skip Bayless. He's going to straight hold Cris Carter in this next clip I'm going to show y'all. Cris Carter, all this energy Cris Carter got for the Sanders family, he didn't have any of it for Skip Bayless, bruh. It was embarrassing. And one thing I learned about Skip Bayless that day, Skip Bayless ain't no bitch, y'all. Skip Bayless stand on business. Skip Bayless don't care who calls him out. He even called his wife out before when they had their little show. I was watching that shit on live. He kind of put her in her place. I was like, my nigga. I looked at Skip and I was just thinking, Skip, you my type of dude. Hello? Hold on.